Hey guys, how's it going? This is Trent here at Rexburg Motorsports, here to do a machine walk around with you, and this one's going to be just a little bit different. I actually had a chance to get out on the bike and show you a little bit of the footage from that last night. The bike we're talking about today is the Suzuki RM-Z450. Now, a big thing on this bike is a lot of people think this is pretty outdated and that it's an old design. And to be honest with you, with the lack of electric start and a couple other the nice things that the other manufacturers have, it is a little bit dated. But I wanted to check it out and see if it felt good on the track and if it was still a viable option. Because one of the big things that Suzuki does on these bikes is they do huge rebates. You can get one of these for a lot cheaper than some of the other bikes out there. And so I just wanted to see, for the average rider like myself, if this was still going to be a good option to go out and have a good time on the track. So yeah, enjoy this little bit of footage. Now, as far as the riding goes, as you can see, I got pretty comfortable on that right away. I'm actually coming off of a 2019 YZ450F, and I love that bike. Super suspension, great power, and to be honest with you, as soon as I jumped on the Suzuki, one thing that I really noticed was how thin it was. These bikes are so skinny. They make everything else made feel fat. Not just the Yamaha, everything. Everything is fatter compared to the Suzuki. They're so thin. Ergonomically, they were super great. I'm standing at about 5'8", and everything from the seat to foot peg and the seat to handlebar, everything in that rider triangle was perfect like stock. It was awesome. As far as the power goes, it was noticeably slower than some of the other 450s. So if you're a power monger, you've got to have as much power as possible. This probably isn't the bike for you. However, where I was coming off of a 250F, one thing that I really, really liked about this Suzuki was I could twist it all the way to the stop and not worry. I could ride it more like a 250F. So you can kind of make up for that little bit of lack of power with added aggression, which is something that I love. I love to be able to ride with a little bit more aggression, and that's something that the other 450s somewhat, scare me a little bit just because I can't go full throttle on dirt. Now for the sand and stuff like that, that's great. But yeah, awesome option. If you're looking to save some money and get onto an awesome bike, this is definitely one to check out. The suspension was really good with the Showa suspension, both front and rear. The shock was actually really good. I'd read a lot that it was going to be way too active and that it was going to kind of buck me. But to be honest with you, I went to Motocross Action specs on the suspension, which they actually slowed down the rebound about half a turn on the rear, and it felt awesome. I didn't notice any bucking. I didn't notice any, rebounding weird, kicking it side to side. So it was an awesome setup. I was actually really, really pleased. One thing I will say about the Suzuki is I love the way these things look. With all the angles, the sharp angles, the dark gold forks, and the dark gold shock, man, this thing is gorgeous. Definitely, one of the better looking bikes out there. I dig the yellow and blue. It kind of gives it that vintage old school Suzuki feel because that's actually the colors that they used to run. It kick started easy. It was always the second kick for me last night when I was riding it. But yeah, come check out this bike. It is an awesome option. If the Suzuki's not your thing, we've got Yamaha, we've got Suzuki, we've got Kawasaki, Honda, Husqvarna, and we've got them all. Come check them out. And I sure do appreciate you watching that video. Have a good one.